Hey guys, it's Karl. Welcome back to, I think this is the finale of the gift guide episodes. We've kind of gone through a lot of different price categories, so from budget $25, and we've gone all the way up to, I was gonna call this the baller edition, but it's technically just tech that I truly like, I truly love, and that I use day to day. And when I'm recommending this stuff, I'm not really looking at the price. I know a lot of them are expensive, but it's stuff that I just full-heartedly use, and it's hard to kind of categorize them into a specific category. So just kind of premising the start of the video off of that. Of course, just like all of the other gift guide episodes, one item is up for a giveaway, except for the first, which we'll get to in a second. That's kind of a little teaser. Just be sure to sub to the channel. Do not fall for the YouTube spam. Do not be that person that sends someone else impersonating me money asking on Telegram. I will never ask that. Just follow me on my verified social media sites, Instagram, Twitter. That's where I'll kind of correspond, and bear with me as it will probably take a couple weeks to ship out all of this stuff. So we will begin with the first item, which you can kind of see off to the side. It's something that I actually got myself and my fiance, my soon-to-be wife, for our Christmas present. It's our wedding bands. They're pretty special. So if you guys recall, I did get engaged at the end of last year, and we are planning our wedding, which is kind of in the works for next August 12th to be exact. And we worked with Couple again on this just because their customization process is super simple, and I wanted to get in on the action this time. So you can actually see Kat's actual wedding band here, but more importantly, I did go for some bling on mine. So this thing is a platinum band with a 1.5 carat emerald diamond, and just when I want to ball out, when I want to look like I'm holding one of the Infinity Stones, I am Thanos. And what actually makes this ring a bit more unique, since I think a lot of you know Zelda is my favorite video game series of all time, I do have the Triforce engraved on the inside of the ring. So that's actually my favorite part of this. And from the render design to the actual thing, once again, the process was super seamless. And kind of depending where you live, if you're in the Toronto area, you can stop by their flagship store or just book an appointment virtually to design your own wedding bands or wedding rings. They also have other jewelry. I know that they have this huge sale on diamond studs right now, and they're up to 60% off till Cyber Monday. Definitely worth checking out. So that was my big purchase of the year. That's my dream tech gift. I did engrave some Zelda in it, so it definitely falls into that tech category. And going on to some of the, I'll put in quotes, real tech, we'll start off with smartphones first. So I have 3 on the list, and these are the 3 favorites of the year for me. So I think the first one needs no introduction. I am team iPhone. I use my 14 Pro Max as my daily driver. I do have this specifically for the battery life, but you can kind of see from the front, I did turn the always on display off, and I know that that was one of the biggest selling features of the new iPhone, but I found that it just drained the battery so much, and now that it's off, I'm easily getting till the end of the day. I know that it's nice to see notifications, but it's just not worth it for that decrease in battery life. And if you do grab a 14 Pro, that's something that I would definitely recommend. Over on the Android side, I've got 2 options. So this is the new Pixel 7 Pro. Google's computational photography is just so on point. Of course, I did my entire review for this, and if it weren't for the hashing on social media, if it wasn't for the compression algorithms, I would probably use this as my daily driver. And this is the new Xiaomi 12T Pro. And the reason why I'm showcasing this, this is the first smartphone with a 200 megapixel sensor. And I know that some of that is just for that gimmick, just to get that name for a 200 megapixel kind of camera, but it does take some solid photos. I'm still kind of working on my review as I've been doing so much traveling this year that it's been tough to keep up with all my devices, but definitely these 3 are my recommended ones on the list for smartphones of the year. Switching on over to MacBooks, and what you'll notice, a lot of this stuff is Apple-based because I'm honestly just sucked into the Apple ecosystem. So if there was one MacBook that I would recommend to most people, it is the new MacBook Air with the M2 chip. So you can see the one that I have here. It's in this, I would say, gorgeous color, midnight, but you can also probably see how much fingerprints and gunk this has collected since I've kind of had it since launch day. I will say that the performance on this, I can get through my entire workflow. I can run my entire YouTube channel recording, multiple streams of 4K video. This handles, so I think for 98% of you out there, if you're looking for a MacBook, the MacBook Air is kind of the one to grab. Just maybe stay away from midnight if you are a fiend for fingerprints. My iPad option of choice, which I know a lot of people ask, this year I'm giving the title to the entry-level iPad. So before I usually said that the iPad Air was the one to get, because the new entry level, so the 10th gen got the new refresh for the design, I will nod my way over to this. There are a couple, I would say, quirks or some weird things happening here. So because this does have USB-C on the bottom to charge, for whatever reason, Apple still decided to use this with the first gen Apple Pencil, which is strange. And I think we all know that does use Lightning to charge, so you do need to grab a little $10 dongle to charge your Apple Pencil. And just because I don't really use the Apple Pencil as much as I would like, I think it's a bit more suited for graphic designers, for artists. I don't really think that's too big of an issue, but if you are someone that always uses your Apple Pencil, maybe you want to lean over to the iPad Air just because it uses the 2nd gen. But for most people, I think the entry level or the 10th gen iPad is the perfect option because the new iPad Pros with the M2 chip, that has the same chipset as that MacBook Air, but you're still kind of stuck with iPad OS, which is still a bit limiting. So if you're using your iPad for media consumption, for using, basic apps, more than enough power with the 10th gen entry-level iPad. Continuing into the Apple space, I had to include some sort of wearable, and just because Apple Watches are so effing popular, literally everyone has an Apple Watch. So I included the Apple Watch Ultra in this just because it's the newest, it's the most expensive, it's the most baller one. I did create a separate video where I kind of worked out nonstop for the entire day. I think I burned like 10,000 calories in a day, which I tried to be ultra. I honestly couldn't scratch the surface. I'm not someone that goes on adventure runs off the grid. I don't do ultra marathons, triathlons. I don't run, in the forest or go deep sea diving. I am technically not ultra, and that's why I kind of just switched the band to just the standard $10 rubber band. I couldn't live up to the ultra orange band name, and I think most people, the Apple Watch SE, I think is still the best option. It's the most budget friendly. It pretty much does all of the same things that the Ultra does, minus those extreme sports. So if you are just someone that likes to go to yoga, likes to go to the gym, likes to go on the occasional run, just grab the SE. You're not ultra. Switching on to the piece of tech that I probably use the most as a content creator. So this is the Sony a7 Mark IV. This is the camera to get if you're looking for a full frame sensor, if you want to create high quality content. I know that we're recording on two A7S3s, which are overkill. If I were to just choose one to keep it somewhat on budget, but still want it to have the best quality, the A7 Mark IV is the best combo for both video and photo. So it's got a 33 megapixel full frame sensor. It shoots pretty much 95% of the photos that I take and that are posted on Instagram. It records in 4K, it does 10-bit. It is the all-in-one, I would say, beast for content creators. And my lens of choice, so this one I would say is my holy grail, the one that I use once again, 95% of the time, the one that I travel with. If I could just choose one lens, it would be the 24-105. I know that it's an f4. I know that some of their other G Masters are at 2.8. They have a shallower depth of field. But if you want something that has the versatility of that long focal range, and it has optical steady shot, which means it has stabilization built into the lens. So if you record any sort of video handheld, it just makes it so buttery. My dream would be to have the 24-105 2.8 with OSS. We're getting real geeky about it right now, but if I were to choose one, this is it. Headphones of choice. So before everyone knocks me for just, having the brand new tech. So funnily enough, these are the WH-1000 Mark IIIs from Sony. So Sony has come out with 2 extra pairs. So for the past 2 years, newer editions of this pair of headphones. But just because these work so well, and I know that you can grab them now on a pretty heavy discount, these are probably some of the most used pieces of tech in my arsenal. As you can tell, I've had them for that many years. Since I've been traveling again, and I've gone on quite a few flights this year, I just broke 100,000 miles. Having a pair of noise canceling headphones is just godsend. It's also my my superhero ability. I was talking about Thanos. If I had a superhero skill, my true innate one is being able to sleep on airplanes, in any nook, in any cranny. I'm pretty much a cockroach. Like, I can survive and I can sleep in this position. Just give me a pair of noise canceling headphones. I'm listening to my Harry Potter audiobooks and I am out like a light. A true superhero skill, if you ask me. Switching on over to gaming. So I think a lot of you know I am Team Xbox. I kind of ride or die with my Xbox. This is of course the latest Series X, which is what, 2 years old now? So I kind of wanted to showcase this limited edition controller. So I guess it's limited edition in the fact that no one else will have it unless you design this with Xbox Design Labs. Unless you copy my gamer tag, then it'll technically be a 2 of 2. But yeah, I just kind of play Xbox when I have any bits of downtime here at home, here at the studio, and I do rock out on this, of course, orange controller. I would say that my favorite game for Xbox right now, I am still going through the remastered version of Mass Effect. I put quite a bit of time into Halo Infinite this year, and if there was a game that I was looking forward to most, I would nerdily say the new Harry Potter game. I am pumped to explore Hogwarts and cast spells on my foes. Yeah, that's probably what I'll be gaming the most on with my Xbox when that comes out. I also, side note, if we include this in the video, I did bring my Harry Potter wand to Oxford when I visited in England, and I was waving that thing around. I had to. And last but not least, the most used piece of tech, I would say, other than my, say, like cameras, it has to just be my tech travel pack. And I just actually travel with this more than on airplanes. I bring this every day to the studio. You can actually see I've got my lunch inside, and to show on video, just to show how unhealthy I am, I've got used pizza for lunch today. So I will crush that after this vid. And it's just a pack from AirSF. So this is in particular the one with the orange lining on the inside. Why I love AirSF so much, it's just little to no branding. It's pretty much just inside there, made of ballistic nylon, and these packs just survive the test of time. I've had this one now for a couple years. I still rock it on the daily. It's got its front loading zipper. It's got its shoe compartment. It's comfy, it's minimal, and it's orange. There aren't too many things more that I can ask for in life. But that kind of wraps up my best tech recommendations. I still haven't thought of a title for this video, whether it's the Baller Edition, whether it's the My Edition, the Ultimate Edition. It's just tech that I truly stand by and use every single day, so I can definitely recommend all of the pieces on this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the series. Just be sure to sub to the channel, and all I can say is happy holidays. Hope you're enjoying, time with family, friends, loved ones. Maybe take some downtime from the tech game after you watch this video and spend some real time in the RL. We'll catch the rest of you in one of my next vids. Peace.